Good morning. I wonder if you've ever thought about wonder. I think about it every day because I have a picture on my wall that reminds me of wonder. I'm going to try and show it to you, and I'm hoping I can hold it still enough and get it in the right place for you to read it and see it. So let me see if I can get it up there. There. This is a picture. The picture was taken by Peter Erickson. The calligraphy was done by his mom, Laura Erickson, and it was a gift from a friend many years ago. And the poem is part of a poem by R. Stewart. Years wrinkle the skin, but to give up wonder wrinkles the soul. I love this. It's been hanging on my wall for quite a while, and it reminds me every day. It hangs over my desk, over my computer, so I read it every day. I look at it, and I'm thinking, oh my, yes, years do wrinkle the skin, but a wrinkled soul, ugh, I don't want that. Wrinkled skin is inevitable with age. We try to pretend it isn't, but it is. We wrinkle as we get older, and they're it's like a body sculpture that gives credit to the years that we have lived and earned those wrinkles. So I don't mind those so much, but the thought of a wrinkled soul, oh, it sends shivers down my spine. It feels like there'd be something so fundamentally lost in who I am. And for you to lose that, be fundamentally lost in you. And so I thought, a wrinkled soul is not inevitable. It's a choice. So then I was thinking, well, how do we live in and how do we live out of wonder? And I think Psalm 139 has some clues for us. So let me read a couple verses for you from Psalm 139. Now the psalmist, the author of the psalm, it's a poem, the author of this poem is speaking to God, is having a conversation. And the whole poem is quite interesting because it feels like the author's trying to get away from God and kind of goes away and comes back and goes away and comes back. This is verse 13. Speaking to the Creator God, for you created my inmost being. God, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Whoa, do you ever say that to yourself? That I am fearfully and wonderfully made? Whoa, it takes the breath away, doesn't it? You have to say, can I say that about myself? I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Well, the psalmist does. The writer of this poem does. I praise you, God, because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Well, what are the works? The works is the very body that this author is talking about in his psalm. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. Whoa, that's pretty close observation, pretty consistent, isn't it? All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Isn't it incredible, isn't it? So when we're looking at wonder and wondering about wonder, Psalm 139 is a good place to start. And it's really interesting. Now, I'm reading out of a Bible. You might think, oh, Elaine, just get a real Bible, get a new one. But you know, this Bible has got wrinkles in it. It has the wrinkles of my life. It has sand from a village in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It has the aroma of walking down the streets of Chisinau in Moldova. It has a certain fragrance of Bay Street in Toronto. You can almost hear the winds of the west coast of Canada at Tofino Bay because this book's been with me and it has wrinkles. So yes, I have other Bibles, but I love this one because it has memory. It has wrinkles in it. Good wrinkles from me. And so I'm thinking, when we're thinking of wonder, if we think about being fearfully and wonderfully made, all the days ordained for me, I'm looking back and I'm thinking, oh, the wonder of dancing naked. Not really. I wish I had, but dancing naked on the top of Mount Edith Cavell in the Rockies, maybe it's not too late. Maybe I could still do that. But do you know the wonder of being on the top of a mountain and the air so fresh, so clean, that wind that kind of whistles in your ear at that altitude? It's awesome. Easy to think of wonder at the top of a mountain. Or the wonder of chewing rocks at the bottom of a pit when life isn't so easy, isn't so wonderful. Hearing the clattering of stone on my teeth as I'm chewing, thinking, am I going to survive this or not? And then realizing that at some point that I did survive chewing rocks at the bottom of the pit. That's a wonder. So wonder is across a spectrum. Everything in between, from the top of a mountain to chewing rocks at the bottom of the pit. There's wonder in that because God has been with us at the top dancing in fearfully and wonderfully made you and chewing rocks at the bottom of the pit with us when we're there. And both extremes and everything in between embrace wonder. Even the mundane, the boring, sometimes is a wonder that we get through the boring. Boring is sometimes worse than the extremes because it goes on and on and on. And yet those days ordained for us can be full of wonder. And we can prevent wrinkles in our soul. And when I look at my life, the whole expanse of it, through the lens of wonder, I realize that in those moments, I have been having a conversation with my Creator God. Dancing naked or chewing rocks, it's a conversation. It's everyday me with our everyday God. Let me read from Psalm 139 again. O Lord, you have searched me. You know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You're familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely. For you created my inmost thoughts, my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My prayer today for us is that we would know full well that God's works are wonderful. That today I pray that you would know that you are wonderful, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made.